Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, your favorite gear site and superstore. And in today's video, we're gonna uncrate the Fox Motion and Motion X. What's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we get into the Fox Motion lineup, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. That way I can educate you and make sure you're making excellent gear decisions. We appreciate that. And if you're gonna shop for gear online, do it at Speed Addicts. There's a link in the description below that'll take you right over the complete selection of Fox boots, including the Motion and Motion X, which we're talking about in today's video, but we got the entire Fox catalog that ships quickly. Over $50, it ships free, and 90-day free returns, the best return policy in the business. So if you don't hit it right the first time with your size or something, you don't even get dinged on that return shipping. We make it real easy here at Speed Addicts. And lastly, my final shameless plug, come down and see us in person if you're in SoCal or you're just in town at the new Speed Addicts Superstore, already world famous. We got the best helmet wall in the business, a great boot selection. We've got other gear, e-moto, e-bikes, all sorts of cool stuff. And you get to say hi to producer Matt if you come down, right, Matt? Okay, here we are with the Fox Racing Motion Boot. In case you don't know, Fox has essentially 3 boots. They have their entry level, which is the comp boot. Then they have the Motion series. And then they have their Pro version, which is their Instinct, right? That's definitely designed more track focused. So the Instinct is going after the Alpinestars Tech 10, where this is more of a Tech 7 equivalent. Now, I know this is not a straight up comparison video, but we are going to mention the Alpinestars boots because, hey, they are the industry leader in motocross boots and a gold standard that a lot of you and myself have worn. So the Motion, this is the middle of the road in their lineup. This is targeted at recreational riders, enduro riders, occasional track riders, or just a track rider that appreciates a little bit more movement, range of motion, huh? Get it, what they did there, but you're going to sacrifice some of the protection that you would get from the Instinct or a Tech 10. Now the price range, they're undercutting the Alpinestars Tech 7 by a few bucks, coming in at $419 for the standard Motion, and then the Motion X, which has the enduro sole, the waffle sole, and it has waterproofing. This is targeted at the enduro rider. This one's going to go for $449. So not a bad upgrade for their enduro version. It's only a $30 difference, okay? The weight is slightly less than the Instinct or some of the Alpinestars boots. Some of their competitors will say, coming in at 3 pounds, 14 ounces per boot. And the nice thing about Fox, and one of the reasons you might give them a shot if you are in another brand, is that they have half sizes. Now, boots are really expensive to make because of all the moldings, okay? All this hard plastic stuff and different sizes all require their own molds, and molds are expensive, in case you don't know, when you're manufacturing something. So the fact that they rolled out size 8 through 14 with plenty of half sizes really helps, because other brands, you end up having to make up room with your sock or your footbed, and not here. Fox, you can really dial in the foot. That means you're gonna have the best ankle lock and a good overall fit. The boot runs true to size, so no issues. Some of their prior boots had some, ran a little bit unusual, shall I say, but not the Motion in this new series, including the Comp and the Instinct. They actually all fit the same because they start out life the same really quickly. You'll notice, okay? Instinct, a little bit more beefy protection, more hard plastic on this. It's a stiffer boot. And then we have the Comp over here in the middle of the Motion. So if you notice from the ground up, the sole and the chassis of the boot is the same. So they actually all run the same. And then as you step up in the line, you get more premium features and more stiffness, okay? So you notice the heel protection or the ankle protection is completely different in this Comp. It has a lot less stiffness and a lot less protection versus the Instinct, but they all fit the same, okay? I think I already said that 3 times. You get the point, and they run true. So go by the sizing chart, and you should be in good shape. And in terms of width, we find them to run pretty true. They're not narrow, they're not super wide, they're somewhere in the middle. They're very agreeable with most people. And the best thing, and the number one piece of feedback you get about the entire Fox series, from the Instinct all the way down to the Comp, is that they require very little to no break-in. So that is their advantage over some of their competitors is that this boot is going to be very comfortable to walk around, and we see it all the time in store when people try these on right away. They go, wow, this thing, the range of motion right out of the box, you're not going to need a bunch of break-in time, so that is a nice thing. We like that. Now, I showed you the sole on the Motion X, but I forgot to show you the sole on the regular Motion, okay? So this is more of a standard track sole. The boot is made out of microfiber, or what they call the upper boot, right? So this material in here, they call it microfiber. It's really just a synthetic leather, and that is durable. That's the stuff that all the competitors are made out of, and that's what you're getting on the Motion. You get a 4-buckle closure. They're the same buckles as the Instinct that I showed you a minute. They are alloy buckles that are fully replaceable, durable, and have good action on them. No issues here. Keep them clean. They'll stay closed better in the ruts, but all in all, the buckle system, not a problem. When you move down to the comp, you get the plastic buckles instead. The buckles are adjustable. No problems there. I'm going to move you out of the way while I show the folks at home how the closure system works. So one thing that the Fox boot does not have is Velcro at the top, and different people have different preferences when it comes to the Velcro closure. I prefer it because it allows me to get a nice start on closing up the buckles. So it allows me to get a hold, and it takes less torque to close that first buckle, and then I can work my way down. Other people feel like the Velcro binds on them. I know Liat has like a special one-way Velcro that gets pulled tighter as you buckle it down, which is kind of cool. But Fox has decided to just let you have a smooth surface here to cinch that down, and there you have it. So here's the buckle system. And the calf, everyone wants to know how the calf fits. So there's plenty of room at the top of this boot. I'd say it's one of the more generous cuts up at the top. So if you have knee braces or big calves, you're not going to have any issues here. This is their Air Mesh antimicrobial blue liner, which I like instead of black, because you can actually see if your boots are dirty, they need to be washed out. Or that sort of thing. The footbed is removable. You can run whatever you want. I like to use Superfeet insoles. Not sponsored by, nor do we sell them, but I like them a lot. Okay, so those are the buckles. We're going to close these up. Again, all replaceable. And there we go. Snap those down. Adjustable. So let's talk about the protection. The primary point of protection on a motocross boot is how is it going to protect my ankle. This is the most vulnerable joint involved in our riding here in the foot, and you are going to get plenty of ankle support with their dynamic core stabilizer system. So that is their pivot system down here at the bottom that you see on both the Motion, and it's the same one on the Step Up on the Instinct. The difference is that the Instinct offers more bracing across the back, a bigger piece of this hard thermoplastic on the back, whereas this is reduced. You see more of that microfiber chassis here. And so you're just gonna get more motion. Again, that's why they named it the Motion. Okay, guys, we got the blade up here. This is gonna help with Achilles protection, hyperflexion, hyperextension. And then there is less reinforcement in the front of this boot compared to, again, the Instinct. The Instinct's just going to be stiffer. It has a bigger shin guard when compared to the Motion, which is reduced, allows more flex. And again, this boot is targeted at riders that appreciate that or are doing more recreational or trail riding, enduro, that sort of thing. Now, again, the bottom is all the same as the Instinct here, the heel cup and all the protection. And then when we move to the medial side of this boot, where you make contact with the machine, you'll notice the Instinct and the Motion on my left are very, very similar. Okay, so you have lots of contact patches, lots of room to make good grip with your machine. Become one with the steed. Let's see if I can become one with that boot down there. So this contact patch exceeds what most of the competitors have. A lot of them, the inserts on their thermo rubber, they call this stuff DURATAC, is a smaller contact patch. That's one of the things Fox improved on. And the other thing about this boot is that it just fits a little bit closer to your leg and your foot. When you step into these and then you have, so you got a Tech 7 on next to it. While the Tech 7 is a nice plush fit, it's very comfortable, it is a little bulky and a little stiffer than this is what you're gonna notice. So I know I want something a little bit more flexible these days because I'm not racing, I'm not on the track. I just want more movement, a little bit more flexibility. That's where the Motion might come into play, and just less bulk. So you can get closer to the bike, you can make that contact, you'd be in real great shape. Now, in the sole itself, the sole is all one piece replaceable. They're not doing an insert that's replaceable or anything like that. And that goes for all of these boots, including the Motion X, okay? Even though it looks like an insert, when you replace the sole on the Motion, oh, this isn't the X. This is just a similar color pattern here. But you replace the whole thing, and you don't do it. A cobbler would do it, right? So you buy the inserts, you take them to the shoe cobbler, and they're gonna refinish this whole thing, which is nice compared to some of the boots with that insert, because sometimes you wear it down in different spots, different riding styles, that sort of thing. The whole thing has anti-shock midsole, and then you're gonna get a heel cushion with a nice thick impact pad there in case you have a hard landing. The boot has a 1-year warranty from Fox, which is pretty standard when it comes to motocross gear. They don't throw huge warranties out because they know the gear is getting abused pretty good after 1 year. So there you have it. You got the Motion for $419, the Motion X. It's this one with the waffle sole for $449. A great boot for someone that wants a little bit more flexibility than maybe some of that other stuff that they've been wearing on the market, and a little easier or no break-in period runs true. The half sizes is a huge advantage. Now, if you want to shop for these, go to speedaddicts.com. Remember our very generous return policy, or just come and try them on in person if you're in SoCal, because we've got plenty in the store, the Superstore. Okay, that's it for today. We'll find out what we have next time in the crate.